Okay, so now you're all in into your wrestling career, and you're doing this full time. Now, right around 2003, you come back to WWE under the Raw roster, and you were part of a crew called Thuggin' and Buggin' Enterprises. And there was a storyline in there where basically you guys felt you were victims of racism and being held down by the white man. Um, when you look at this through a 2020 lens, what do you think about it?
You know what? I look at it as a storyline. It was something that was prevalent and it's still prevalent. There'll always be biases, there'll always be prejudice, there'll always be racism. It's how you deal with it. On a TV show, you can fight people and beat people up for it. In the real world, you have to be able to create policies that change who's in power and change the racism, change the prejudice from that standpoint. That's what I've done. I've done my best to anytime that there was something that dealt remotely with racism, whether it be in strength world, pro wrestling, entertainment, in my private life, I make it noted. I'm not going to have it. And there's only room enough for right. And if I'm right, that means your ass got to go.
Well, there was a storyline at one point. I guess it was a silverback gorilla type thing,
Which I didn't
and
like, and which I said to the writers, you will not refer to this black man as a silverback. I am not a primate.
they took it out.
And the shit stopped.
This whole thing is run by Vince
Well,
McMahon,
Vince was the one
and
that was like, look, if you feel that way, then tell them that that's not what you want to be portrayed as. And I said, well, I don't want to be portrayed as that. He said, okay, it's killed. And I went from being the silverback to being Mark Henry, the strongest man in the world. And primarily because I took time to stop pro wrestling and to go back and compete against the strongest men in the world to validate the fact that I was the world's strongest man, not the world's strongest primate. And it was a big success. It took me through 2014 or 2011 is when I really got into the Hall of Pain era. And from 2011 to 2015, I dominated pro wrestling. And it's hard to say that you dominated pro wrestling when you have all these unbelievably great and unbelievably talented people that you're competing against and that you're performing with. And I was able to do both.